Hey everyone, welcome to Whisper Wednesdays. This week is week 10. We are in the double digits. Yay! Congrats. You are keeping up with it. And if this is your first time joining, hello. I'm so excited for you to join us in this amazing, beautiful healing journey, to be intentional about our progress, our experiences, and documenting all the synchronicities that we are experiencing, feeling, noticing all around us and all within us. So as always, we always start Whisper Wednesdays with a review part. And so this is a time where you're going to look back at the previous week, note any synchronicities, any experiences, any messages that came through for you, whether they were new or added on top of the message that we received last week, which was trust where you are. And so how did that unfold for you? How did you come to trust where you are? So I'm going to put up some questions for you to review and really help guide your introspection if you need it, or just to inspire you even further. And then whenever you are ready, come back to the video. Okay, so I am so happy and excited for this reading of the week. I'm sure that a lot of you last week were kind of feeling, I said last week it was kind of disconnected feeling, but I hope that you were able to just take this time to review and notice anything, any lessons that you were able to pick up on. Okay, I'm actually feeling the card on the bottom of the deck that I'm going to read. And so as always, please close your eyes for this time for you to I'll just close that later. Just close your eyes and listen to these words. Oh my goodness, this card is literally trust where you are. That is so funny. We literally got this last week. Okay. This is a synchronicity. Okay, this is I love repeating cards so much. Because the universe, when we have repeating cards, the universe is really emphasizing that you need to keep integrating this frequency, and that this is just what you're going through. It's kind of like a chapter in your life, where if you keep reading the chapter over and over again, it just means that you're still in that chapter. It's not that you're not moving on, but it's that you're supposed to be here. You're supposed to keep learning and experiencing this chapter. And so that is kind of like the same concept. That's kind of like the same thing with getting a repeating card. And it's just kind of wild to me. I'm like, oh my gosh, we just read this card. Okay, so deep breath. Okay. Now you can close your eyes. Breathe again, deeply, slowly, and open your heart. Trust where you are. Trust and believe you are exactly where you need to be. You are not stuck. You are not lost. You are not abandoned. Despite feeling confused, disappointed, or even frustrated, this point in your life right now is here to give you something. It is. So are you open to receiving it? Allow yourself to become aware of the beauty that surrounds you. Be patient with the progress by letting go of the expectations that you are strongly holding on to? Are you more resentful than grateful? Are you thinking of the future more than spending time in the present? Open to the possibilities of the now, to fully embody inspiration and creation at this time. Your affirmation for this week: I am exactly where I need to be, as I am divinely guided and open to receive. Okay, I just feel like, there is some, it's almost like a weight, like a rock kind of boulder that sits on top of the sacral, the solar, even the root chakras, but it just sits right here in the belly. And it's like we're kind of like slumped over like this. We're kind of just holding onto the pain or the weight, whatever this kind of feeling is. I feel like there's a lot of fear and enmeshment that I'm feeling, that this like boulder is like, it almost feels like it's like part of your identity. That's kind of like the feeling of like, you don't want to let go, you don't know how to, you may not even be aware that you're holding on to something. It feels very much like just something that, like, it weighs you down. Whatever that you're feeling right now, that it just feels like it's slowing you down, because it's like you want to go somewhere, but with this rock, this thing kind of pressing onto your chakras or slowing them down, it's not really allowing you to go to where you desire to be. So it's a really interesting visual, and I'm sorry if it doesn't really make sense, but it just feels like I don't want to say hopeless, but it feels as if it's like, what's the point? I don't know what that feeling word is, but that's the feeling. And I really want to validate and acknowledge that these feelings are like, whatever you're going through, you are entitled and correct in feeling these things, because I mean, these are all natural responses to any situation that we are afraid of. And so take a deep breath. I feel like this reading is very much, you gotta go do some breath work. Okay, breath work is a really key practice this week, because whatever you're going through, for you to get this message, trust where you are twice, it's like you really gotta breathe through these emotions. And so it'll be able to create, like, I'm getting that image of like that I don't know what it's called, but it's like a wind, you know, at the farm, like I'll put up a picture and stuff, but it's like you have to have it flow through, like that's what it feels like. It's like your breath. Keep breathing. Your breath is supposed to like have your, I can't even speak because I feel like it's so stuck. Your breath is meant to push and even not expel, but detox your body, so all of that can just cycle out of you, and so you kind of have like a more fresh and generative life force. So that's what it kind of feels like. It's like there's not a lot of movement, that you're just very stuck here. And like whatever situation, whatever part of your life, whether that's a creative, your professional, your career, your relationships in terms of romance, family of origin, chosen family. I'm hearing like TV, so maybe some of you are feeling like there's something about some TV. I don't know if it's like production or what, but it's just whatever concern you have about that. And again, breathe. I feel like there's a lot of like, even like move your body, because I feel like very like, whew, there's a lot of stagnant energy that's kind of like, we got to get that out. We got to shake it out. We're in a funk right now. And so for you to be able to get this card again 2 times, universe is really saying you have to trust the process. You have to trust this chapter in your life. It is really freaking hard. It is really freaking confusing. And you have a lot of resistance. And it's normal to feel that way. But it's time to get out of this funk, out of this stagnant energy, out of this hopelessness. And open your heart, open your body, open your mouth, your throat, your lungs. Because there is a lesson in here that is very pivotal for you to learn, to embody. And I feel like this lesson right now is something that you are going to be teaching. Whether you are a teacher, like a role, or you're going to be teaching your friends, or you're going to be teaching children, you're going to be teaching students, like the people that you mentor, you're going to be teaching your teachers. This is a very pivotal moment in your life. You're not going to understand right now, but in hindsight, this is why it's so important to like document things. Is because I'm getting the message that in hindsight, you're going to understand exactly why you're in this moment, this week, last week. All of this is adding up, and oh my god. Okay, I feel like I can't even like catch my breath, you know, because it just feels so like a lot. Even if you don't consciously feel that right now, you are feeling that energetically and subconsciously. That's what I'm feeling and picking up on. Is just like, you got to keep moving through it, and you cannot move through this chapter alone. That's another message that is coming through, is you need support right now. Let me look at this card again. Okay, so that one of the things that's really popping out to me is your expectations. In order to open yourself up to any possibility, or even to open yourself up to this message, be aware of the expectations that you are having about the situation, because that is really what's hurting you. Not the situation itself, but your expectations, your perceptions, your desires for what you want to happen. Wow, it's like really, really, it's very intense and overwhelming, and it can be really frightening to be real and to be honest with your expectations. And It's okay to have those fears. It's really normal to have this sense of response. It's just really important for you to acknowledge and be aware of what you were holding on to. Like, it's not even that you're holding on to it, it's like you're gripping it, and because of that grip, your life force is being like drained. Keep breathing. And so yeah, let me pull you another card, because I feel like you really need this extra support, and really like take advantage of my books this month. I'm available for readings, and so if you want more personalization, more guidance, please book with me, because I really do sense that you need support right now. And if it's not me, of course, go to a trusted loved one, go to your spirit journal, ask your guides. They're always guiding you. That is why they are called your guides. Okay, so for this card, I just want to ask the universe how to support you. And so, universe, higher self, all the guides here who are protectors, educators, and encouragers, trailblazers in the healing journey. What is it? So I got a couple cards, so I'm gonna still shuffle, but I'll shuffle from these cards that fell out. Trust where we are. Universe, how can we do that when we're holding on to so much expectations out of fear? And just how can we remedy this fear? How can we really open ourselves, really let go of these expectations? We just really, really need your guidance and support right now. Oh goodness, okay. Okay, so the card is Be Gentle with Grief. Be gentle with grief. And I'm just gonna read this, and then I'll Okay, so I am going to be reading this, and just close your eyes. Deep breaths, please, throughout. And so I feel like it's just like hold yourself right now. You can like do fetus position, but cradle yourself. I feel a really deep sense of wave of emotion right now. Be gentle with grief. There is no explanation for tragedy or loss. There are only emotions to be felt and memories to be cherished. In your deepest sorrows, you will find the roots of love. A love that continues to bring you meaning. A love that perseveres. And a love so deep it never leaves you. This love was here before the pain. This love will remain through the pain. And this love will transcend the pain as you create more memories and experiences to honor what matters most to you. Your affirmation: as I grieve, I know that love is what comforts me and guides me. Love is what comforts me and guides me. Okay, there's a lot of... This reading is like hitting really hard for me personally too. And I think that's why I feel it so much in my body, is because like I am resonating so much with this. And that's I feel like the beautiful thing about reading, especially when we have collective readings, is that we really are going through the same depth of pain and emotion. You know, we experience unique situations, different situations, but we all know what it feels like to be in pain or have fear, have concerns. And so I am here with you as you journey your healing too. And what I feel like with these two cards, trust where you are, be gentle with grief, and asking like, how can we really be open to the possibilities and really trust that this is where we are, like that we actually should be here and that there's something to learn. And it's about surrender. Surrender is really the epitome of this reading and this week, following last week's reading, because we had the same card. And surrender is really hard and difficult, and I really want to just hold you in this space, whatever you're going through. Please keep breathing, and please keep crying. And if you haven't allowed yourself a crying session, this is literally the universe saying that you need a crying session, because you know how we're talking about this boulder that we keep holding, or that we're like just not really letting go of. It's your tears, it's your pain. You don't want, it's not that you consciously don't want it to let it go, but it's really hard too, and you may not know how. And that is the ask of you this week, is please seek support. Please just tell one person that you are crying, that you are hurting, and that you need just 8 minutes of their time to move through your emotions. Because I was just listening to this podcast episode, and it had a clip, and it was talking about how 8 minutes is such an important time. Like when you feel a surge of emotion, a high of an emotion like sadness, let yourself feel that for 8 minutes with someone, because that is going to be so healing for you. If you repress it, and if you don't allow yourself to just be with the sadness with support, it's really going to extend your pain, and it can hurt you even more than is necessary. So this week is all about surrender, and knowing that life is really not about controlling the outcomes. It's about being able to experience the feelings. That is what life is all about. That is the biggest message for this week, and it's really hard to hear. But you have tools, you have people, you have your guides. This is not an isolated experience. This whole life that we're living, it is not isolated. It is a web that we are so interconnected. We play off of each other. And so please use your tools. Keep using the spirit journal, the solstice deck. You can book a reading with me. Please seek, a neighbor, just someone that you trust. Remember last, I believe it was week 7, that we were talking about your social health. Please go back to that circle. I encouraged you to draw a circle, and that would be the ecosystem of your social health. Whoever you wrote and drew on that circle, you have to connect with them this week. That is such an urge from the universe, your higher self, and your guides during this time. And just keep breathing, okay? This is very hard, and whatever you're going through, know that you are here and you can breathe through it. And even the cards say you are here to receive something. So stay open. Okay, stay open. Keep crying, keep journaling, and keep breathing. Everything is going to be okay in the end. It may not be right now, but know in the end that it will be. So much compassion for you, for all of us in this reading. We are all feeling this, and so I'm holding us so abundantly, and I'm just really wishing and praying for peace and clarity and warmth in this time.